You got some nerve showing your face. Or what's left of it round here. I don't have any tar. So don't even think about it. I'm out. Get on then. I smell a rat. If it's not too much trouble, can I have a bite? Cheers. You're less of an arsehole than you look. I gotta say, I love the way their little bones crunch. But I always end up with a little fur stuck between me teeth. Is that? It can't be. Oh, the finest moonshine I've ever seen. May I have a sip? Oh, this brings a tear to me eye. You're a saint. Drop by any time, brother. You're welcome to join me, you know. Living the brigand life. Drinking moonshine, snacking on rats. What's the use in trying so hard anyway? What does any of it matter? Let's enjoy our short lives. What do you say? Best friends forever? Come on then. Take a sit and have a drink. We can watch life pass on by.
Don't overindulge.
Within the wilds, we forgot our teachings and fell in with brigands. They mixed droplets of tar with muddy spirits and made no promises of salvation. We drank heartily, stumbling from one camp to the next. We rotted like joyous animals in the filth. I'm unrecognizable. A ghoul. Or perhaps a ghost, haunting this empty household. But I'm not unworthy of pity. Not yet, at least. A merchant dared to speak to me. He was a hideous fellow, but a kindred soul, I suppose.
He mentioned a colony of sorts where my misfortune would be cured. He did not name its price. I still reach for her in the middle of a cold night, but there is only the echo of her left. I see her outline. I can hear her voice rattling in my skull. I haven't tasted tar in days. She urges me to return to that damned shrine. Will they welcome a lost pupil back? I hid my disfigurement beneath my cowl and slipped away. I was delirious when I reached the seat of infinity. Did I dream up this kind soul among the cherubs and the faceless masters? She welcomed me without flinching and offered nourishment. Had my throat always been this parched? As smoke choked my vision, and tears welled in my eyes, the world itself burned white hot. But beneath it all, there was nothing. No monsters, no gods, only oblivion. The consecrated fires revealed cinders and shadows, yet I strained to see more. Surely these sages offered more than the assurances of annihilation. The oblate dipped a hand into the embers, and the flames leapt at his touch. Drawing back his blackened fingers, he drew a sigil of ash beneath my eyes. The soot burned against my cheeks, growing hotter with each word of purification. The pupil slid the ritual knife into his wrist. He scraped flesh from bone, flaying himself. A low moan escaped his lips as anguish and pleasure intermingled freely. The sages accepted this offering, tossing his bloody gift into the flames. It was madness, yes, but his sacrifice was beautiful. Only the revered could inspire a man to self-inflict such suffering. We stole from those thieves. There was never enough tar to go around. It was wasted on them anyways. We knew what it was, its full potential. Why dilute it? But we were punished all the same. In time, my ruined face peeled away. Her form faded into something like fog. Something trapped between realms.
Perhaps it's time to make some new memories? Don't overindulge.
The brigands pointed us toward the temple. Shunned by the devout, their allegiances lie to those who are Fatah, or spirits. They entertain themselves with drunken antics or violent cruelties. They know better than to attack us. But they followed us at a distance, hoping for scraps. He ushered me deeper into the labyrinth. It must have been dug by 1,000 hands. I ignored much of what he said until he called my name. Smiling, he forgave me for the crime I would soon commit. It was all etched in stone, he assured me. These were the ravings of a madman. Silent, the newborn crawled from the earth's viscera, a gaunt, sallow-skinned creature, not entirely inhuman. Its hands grasped uselessly at her deflated form. Her limbs writhed and coiled around it. Perhaps an embrace. When the orders came, I felt pride swell in my chest. Despite my longings, I knew we were superior to these wretched creatures. These swine rotted within cramped, filthy temples. None were more misguided than these madmen, decorated with bones and mud. I watched as something swam beneath her belly. Her flesh sloughed from the bone and poured forth like mud, drowning the worshippers in a slurry of blood and earth. Birth and death were indistinguishable. I should leave, find safety. But I dragged myself closer as the prayers of the devout filled my ears. I couldn't lift my sword. I couldn't kill mother and child. I was given a choice: to kneel before the executioner's axe or the queen. An easy choice. For years I wore her sigil, repeated all the oaths, but I always knew one day, no matter how many honors were bestowed upon me, I would escape. We had vowed to slay this false god. Yet this promise was no more than a coerced pledge. What difference does it make which master we serve? We will serve all the same. The madman, I would come to realize, was not burdened with delusions, but truth. Yet the wary ear corrupts honest words into lies. I took him for a spy and cut him down. How else could he know so much about me? He had condemned himself with each utterance. First I heard the squeals as if from 100 mouths. Then I saw her, the revered, a writhing mass of sinew, as if all at once she was splitting apart and coalescing. Is it salvation to look upon her? Deliverance? I knelt, losing my strength. I wanted to look away, and yet she was all I wanted to see. That stench. You reek of revered fluid, stranger. But you were not anointed. No. You stink of violence. Good riddance, I say. May they all rot, along with the sickness they spread. Perhaps we may have an accord? Depraved creatures hide in this mist, feeding on the lost. But it's not flesh and blood they delight in. They devour glimpses, reveling in the memories, savoring the raw emotion. Yes, as do I. If you can part with them, then the fog will come and go as you please.
You should be dead. Solomon. No, it can't be. I see it's only his face and his form stretched across your frame. Of course, your silence gives it away. He always had too much to say, babbling on and on, incessantly. His words wound into such impossible, staggering formations, often contradicting himself, beautifully. I do miss him. Unfortunately, my dear brother spent too much time beneath those infinite columns. He promised to turn tar into true nectar, and he succeeded. I witnessed the world burst from the fires of heaven. I watched as it decayed into this wretched place. Such a gift. But when the vision ended, he stared at me with revulsion. You found it. The sacred gland. I knew you would. Careful now. It's a fragile vessel for the divine. The devout squander these gifts, letting them rot. They dwell in the revered temples, but waste what remains of their precious offerings. You must endure another temple, arduous though it may be. Once you return with another sacred gland, I will infuse your tarnished seal with another gift.